Alright, I found this guy on YouTube who calls himself the Crazy Movie Critic, and he did a review on Naruto, and I don't think he did a really good job, a really fair job, um, being a critic over the show. I mean, I'm not one to criticize people on how they, review something or judge something. That's totally on them, but I don't really think he did a very good job, and I think there's some things I want to point out about it. So, well, here goes the clips.
Japan keeps sending us all this random stuff like cars and toys, and now there's this manga stuff. What is it anyway? I don't know. It's like Japanese cartoons.
Okay, I know my voice got really deep in the middle of the introductory back there. This mic's pretty weird. Anyways, as far as what he said about Japan and what it deals, first of all, I know Japan deals a lot of cars, and I know it. I think it is currently the world leader, but still, I mean, Germany and there's a lot of other countries that sell a lot of cars too. It's not like it's the only cars for the entire world. And last I checked, toys usually come from China with lead paint that poisons our kids. So I don't really think there's that many toy distribution companies in Japan. They're mostly in China. Hate to burst your bubble there. And for that comment where you're like, and manga, what's that? I don't know. But here's what it is anyways. Please, if you don't know what it is, then don't describe it to us.
You've heard about the popular ones like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! But what about all the stupid ones? Like this, Naruto. What is it? I don't know. Some kind of ninja thing. But let's break it down for you.
So, you don't know what it is, and you're going to describe it to us. This should be good.
This is the main character, Naruto. Looks weird, right? Well, he has friends, Sakura and Sasuke. Weird names, I know. And then there's all this random stuff in the books, like pictures of weird Japanese people. There's so many of these books, it's hard to count them all.
Well, I have 87 mangas in my collection, and I haven't been having trouble counting it. And this guy's only, like, 1 year younger than I am, so that's pretty sad. Besides, they have numbers on the sides of the spines of the books, so you shouldn't really have that hard of a time counting. As for the weird names and the pictures, well, it's a comic, so it's going to have pictures. And, it's from Japan, so it's going to have Japanese names, okay?
Even though they have numbers on the side, I know. But there's also other things to this, like video games. This one's called Naruto Clash of Ninja 2. And then there's all these weird spin-off books. Yeah, that looks nice. Look at that. That's sick.
Alright, I'll admit that Naruto official handbook does look a little suggestive. And as for the video games, that's what happens when something becomes popular and good. It usually has a video game. That happens with a lot of American things too. And it's not a necessity to follow the story, so I wouldn't worry my little head about it.
Let's focus on the books right now. There's so many of them, and they're really stupid and hard to read. Here, I'll explain why. Well, first of all, they open right to left. Yeah, opposite of a regular book. Makes it extremely hard and weird to read, so it's not for stupid people.
First, you say the books are really stupid. Then you say it's not for stupid people because it's hard to read. Seriously, do you even think about what you're saying? Oh well. And besides, it's written that way because the Japanese read right to left, up and down. So that's why it's written like that. They want to keep it to the original format so things don't look warped and flopped.
You can try opening it the other way, but oops, you're reading the wrong direction. Then it gives you a little diagram like, look, stupid, this is how you do it. Look at this. What is this? You gotta go from the top and then left to right or right to left? I don't know.
First, you open up the thing, like the ignorant person you are, backwards. and it tells you, oops, you're reading it the wrong way. This is how you're supposed to read it. You even said, this is how you're supposed to read it, stupid. Which is your favorite word for some reason. Then you open up the book and say, you're supposed to read it like this or something, I don't know.
So here's the main character, Naruto and his friends. Well, they're basically just new ninjas out of ninja school, and they gotta go through this some kind of exam to make it to a cooler ninja called a tuning. All these names are really confusing, I know. I hate them too. So there's 3 parts to this exam.
Using a quote from the original Alice in Wonderland, not the one Johnny Depp stars in, I'm going to say this. I have an excellent idea. Let's change the subject. Seriously, you were talking about how the names are bad and then you just go off on something completely else. Seriously, try and stay on subject. And another thing, you say no, like you already know what we're thinking. This is one of the biggest rules within reviewing or anything where you're doing something where you're trying to persuade someone to think like you. Don't assume that whoever's listening to you or reading or whatever knows what you're talking about. You want to make it so that it's like they put yourself in the mind frame where they have no idea about anything. They're pretty much brain dead. I mean, I know people are smart and have intelligence. I'm just saying that's kind of how you have to review things. You have to talk about what you're complaining, or else the complaint's almost useless.
There's a paper test. Yeah, it's really stupid. Almost all of them fail. Then there's this survival in the forest test. Then there's this fighting test. Look at that. That looks pleasant. The only guy who ends up winning this test is this emo guy right here. He doesn't really care about anything.
I can't really blame him. I mean, if I had to be part of this review, I'd be bored out of my mind too. Besides, why is it that you sound so negative about every little aspect of this video? I mean, seriously, everything. You sound like sarcastic or something.
But then, uh-oh, these things are interrupted by some snake man named I don't even know how to pronounce that name. And he wants to kill the Hokage. That's the highest ninja in the land. Wow, I sound like a nerd right now, don't I?
No. Of course you don't sound like a nerd. You pretty much sounded like a nerd this entire video.
So they get into this giant battle on the rooftop, and then the Hokage sacrifices himself to kill this Orochimaru guy. But he ends up not doing anything. Yeah, that's right, crazy old man. Die. He just paralyzes his arms. Ooh, poor you, your arms are on fire. Well, my brain's on fire. Rah!
No, my brain's on fire, so brah!
The plot keeps going within the books, but I won't explain it because it gets so weird and annoying, and I don't want to bore you to death. But why are there so many of these books? Well, let's look at it.
You know, what we should be asking ourselves is why he has 24 volumes of it, and an official ninja handbook, I think it's called, and a GameCube game, if he has so many problems with it.
First of all, there's so many random pictures like this. The characters aren't even doing anything. Then there's all this stupid stuff like chapters. What is this? I don't know. Some pictures in the book take up the whole entire page. There's lots of pictures like this where the characters are just getting really mad. Oh my god, what is this? Did they have to take up the entire page with this? God! Well, I'll stop there with the comic books. Let's move on to the other part of it, the weird spin-off books. First, there's this one.
So, let me get this straight. You complain about pictures, about the fact that the comic book has pictures. And then you complain about the chapters, the fact it has chapters, and then you complain about the pictures again. Said, oh, the pictures are too bad. I wonder why the pictures would be big. Maybe to express the importance of the moment. Or to express, how big the plane is or something. There's a reason why the pictures would be big. And as for that joke, as for that part where you see Naruto kissing Sasuke, that's what you call a joke. It's one of those things where you laugh,